White Tigers to look for that possibility into the playoffs.
Oke lah guys, kita langsung aja masuk ke dalam game kedua. Anarchy versus evos. Satu puncak klasmen, satu penghuni gua paling dalam. Yang sabar ya evos ya. Anarchy season lalu juga gitu coy. Kalian tahu nggak sih sebenarnya kenapa Anarchy bisa naik evos turun tuh? Soalnya slot MDL evos tuh udah dipakai musim kemarin anjir. Lihat aja nih, slot MDL Anarchy dipakai sekarang naik. Tim Liquid slot MDL-nya dipakai sekarang naik. Nah, si evos tuh kan udah kepake duluan ya season kemarin ya. Alhasil dia berangkat ke MSC kan. Ini apakah bakal berangkat ke M6 kalau konsisten ya. Anarchy sama tim Liquid gitu. Siapa yang tahu lah ya. Semoga aja juaranya nggak unik-unik mulu anjir. Bosan coy. Jadi Liga Tani anjir lah. Oke, sekitar di sini pakai Aulis. Nice. Natco. Dikit lagi coy.
But he gets out, right? He used the flicker at the right time, was able to get out. By the way, in terms of emblems, Klokken, Paramis, Lethal Ignition.
Lethal Ignition to just get extra bit of damage in the midst of a quick trade, you know? And by all means, the Ghost Bursters, if you actually use it in a crowd of human beings... You see? Oh no, the Lethal Ignition's right there! Annabelle coming in, Dreams as well, walking up to Vitalize. Not enough to keep him alive.
No, nggak gitu ya. Nggak gitu ya guys. Nggak worth it, cok. Tapi ini dari grafiknya aku pilih Anarchy sih. Yang tadi jujur-jujuran yang game pertama aku suka draft evos.
Meanwhile, you can see both of these mid laners trading out. Technically, right now we do see the RQ.
Aulis juga yang di buff.
And speaking of clearing, man, that damage already early game from the Aurora onto Dreams is going to be a problem. Dreams is already half health. And this is before they go for the setup for the turtle.
Ya, turtle pertama bakal diambil siapa coba? Anaknya pakai link lagi ya? Tadi Sujin pakai Roger ya? Push. Apa itu? Gagal kasih Dreams, gagal narik orang. Waduh, loncat di blok dapat 2. Nice. Mati. Nice. Mati Psychot, nice.
That's a double for Sutsujin. Annabelle forced back.
That was such good cover.
Yo. Turtle. Ceiling udah nggak ada si Retri. Nice. Dari Gordon udah 3 menit. Maksa skiller.
Wow, the burst damage coming in from Evos certainly still available. And look at that, natco landing a lot of these skill shots, still doing pretty well at RRQ. I think they're gonna be forced to play a bit slow right here. They're seeing Evos have the burst potential. With Annabelle already picking up 2 kills, they want to be a bit more careful. They know Annabelle is a very adept jungler in his own right. So now we're gonna see a bit of a break in the action.
Wah, ada Bkent cuy anjir.
Is he there?
Coba lihat reaksinya gimana.
He doesn't know yet. I wonder what he's talking about. 3,
1,
2.
What's his nickname? The General?
1.
Yeah, his name is the General. The General of RRQ.
He doesn't know. He hasn't noticed yet.
Lama banget cuy anjir.
There you go. Oh, he has something to show. What is this? What is that? What is this?
Wait. Okay.
Oh no.
Sweater?
I have a bad... Oh, no, just... Oh, it's cold. Oh!
He's cold.
He's cold up there. Number 1 RQ.
It's cold on top. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Bkent! Oh, hang on a minute, Dyron. That's the general right there for you boys. Dyron surviving in the bottom lane. Wait, moment there from the general. And you can already almost hear his voice. He has a very, characteristic voice there, Bkent. Very motivational. All right, with 14 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go for the turtle. You can see both teams
biasa XP-nya ditinggal tuh, jadi lagi mati dia.
Oh man, they see Dreams. If we're talking about setup, Dreams.
Oke, dirinya screening.
Beatrix should be. Oh, wait a second.
Oh, dapat 3. Duduk mati tapi coy. Waduh. Waduh, cok. Gak dapet turtle mati 3 anjir.
Delayed recall, and this is a turret for Evo's glory.
That's a 3 for 0 trade.
Aduh, tangannya habis lagi.
And that's what I was curious about, right? Because technically, if you have an Alice in the gold lane, wouldn't you need a little bit more time to get that power spike as compared to Natco, who now has that BOD?
Oh, close. Almost a steal. But yeah, that's a fair point, Eterna. Usually you would see the team with the Alice take it a bit slow and at least go for fights where the Alice
harus jalan duluan sih, jangan mereka duluan yang jalan, cok.
Went for it right there. They lost the neutral objective, multiple members, and a turret as well. Definitely
kena combo
miscalculation.
Yang pada namanya?
I think that's our QB.
Raja Patrick winning soy, coy.
In the arena right there.
It's BB8.
BB8. BB8. Her name is BB8?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
BB8.
Maybe we'll get a BB8 skin in game.
Oh.
Well, she's here to show support, but Dreams
Kenapa
only with the bleeding time. Bleeding time. This means that there's going to be more Divine Judgment attempts at least. Oh, look at that conceal. Gonna go for Skylar again, trying to shut him down. Stop him from farming. Adolf doing a good job at zoning him away. His Glowing Blood will be used by Skylar, but he won't utilize the second part of it. Just wants to clear out that wave.
So what is the power spike that we're waiting on for RRQ in terms of items, especially for Skylar? Because we saw the Alice gold lane get to that much damage, but it required time in the hands of Aaron, right? But for Skylar now, how many?
Yo, layar tunjukin. Lu bisa
3 item power spikes, but me and Mirko, we kind of
pakai
tried
Alice
out a
layar.
bit of the Alice technology just last night.
I got the wrong emblem, but it was still strong with the wrong emblem. So 3 items.
Waduh.
Goodbye.
Waduh.
Whoa! Raising the flicker forward at the bridge glacier onto Dreams. I'm not too sure about that. That's the roamer.
Udah punya mati, coy.
Hoshi losing out in the speed fight again. Skylar running away.
Sama skiller kayak ambuk banget gitu, coy.
From Natco.
Waduh.
Taken out as well. What happened to Evos? What happened to RRQ?
Kenapa cuma yang gini anjir?
RRQ, despite the fact that in theory they want to take it slow, they want to counter engage. They're the ones chasing. A flicker frigid glacier play by Rins. We all know that Rins is that aggressive player that wants to make the plays happen, even when he's on a defensive control mage. But right there, that was just something extra coming out of him.
Salah komposisi hero kan? Kemarin tim Liquid gimana sih ya komposisi hero-nya, coy? Pakai LC bisa enak banget gitu.
They need to before things get completely out of control, right? A 5k gold lead now for Evos at the moment.
Late game kali ya? LC kan late game ya? Sama-sama ngumpulin stack dia.
So BOD, and then he didn't go for Malefic Roar. He went Sky Piercer?
That's the Sky Piercer abuser coming through. The beat with the Sky Piercer. You have to remember that it does stack up, it does scale, so now RRQ, there's no pressure on them to really not give a lot of these kills to Natco. You're seeing why Natco was willing to flicker forward as well earlier. Those stacks can really be so valuable in the late game. Looking at RRQ, moving around to clear right here. Rins is only on the glowing wand, so by all means, they're pretty far behind. And then the main roles, the jungler, for instance, is 2,000 gold ahead. The RRQ is in a very, very tough spot, especially with that BOD pickup from Annabelle. So much burst damage soon. Even Ida can't really stay in the front line anymore.
So what would Skylar's next item be? So he has 2, and then straight to Holy
Crystal.
That's the power spike.
Pas di bawah tadi
Does he
orangnya
still
cok.
need like Divine Glaive?
Now he does, yes. Now, not Divine Glaive. I think Winter Crown.
Maybe. And you have to remember that I believe when Aaron was playing this Alice, I don't remember seeing a Starlium.
But there was a Starlion. Was it Starlion? Yeah.
Pas miripnya udah mau siap-siap
Means that there's going to
gitu
be
aja
more
cuy anjir.
emphasis in actually getting some of
Flicker
those
tarik.
basic attacks to proc that true damage. So as long as there's a healthy amount of magic damage available for this Alice, it's going to be a lot of healing available. And maybe that could be the extra plan later on, right? Make sure that Skylar in the front line can help out with Edok and be an extra front line technically, all things considered. But for now, with a 6,000 gold deficit, I think it's a great time for RRQ to actually have some moments like this. And they're very careful with the opening of the map here. Rin spamming out those hailstorms, knowing it's on short cooldown, making sure that evos has no chance to snowball even further.
Udah, temponya turun anjir.
But evos want it slow. With a
Sepi
goalie
banget,
like
Cok.
this. Hey,
Oh, there's
hey,
our 7.
oh, it's a legend.
That's an
Mr.
intense,
Chip 7.
an intense expression right there.
Chip 7 in the building. I wonder if he can shortcut to the MPL arena.
Chip 7.
Oh, be a cool moment.
I want to see the moment he realizes.
And we're waiting.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, the timing goal. Sorry, R7. Dream just got taken. Oh, okay, maybe with him, RQ's got a big avatar. R7 shows up and suddenly RQ want to go for a fight.
Ayo, mau gimana nih?
Revitalize, unable to
Perangnya coy, enggak.
with the flicker forward. Now it's Psychons punishing Sutsujin. Skylar getting some HP
Aduh,
back.
waduh.
Able to escape.
natco actually burns Flicker as well to get that final kill onto
Dream
Skylar, but Skylar was still
tuker
able to get
Idok
out of
Rin.
that. But that's a 1-for-2 trade again in
Tuker
favor of the
Flicker
White
banyak
Tigers. Arashi, this should be a better setup for the White Tigers to get this Lord.
Absolutely. At this point, I'm not sure
Sama
it's
nggak sih?
even possible for RRQ to try and go in like
Idok
this.
datang.
Psychot is out tanking and
nggak
out
dapet,
damaging the
nggak dapet.
members of RRQ. The gold deficit has increased now to 8,000. RRQ on the back foot, now attempting to kind of defend.
Masa
In
game
theory,
3 anjir
with
lah.
the Aurora, AoE, and control and zoning, and with the final slash threat
8.000
looming around the
loh.
corner, RRQ can kind of play this out, play it kind of safe. Because even if evos want to try and get a play, the best they can do is go for a pick-up attempt with the Kaja. Because if they go in and dive with the Netherrealm,
Nih, Diren
as a lot of
belum
teams
bersinar
do with
kayak
the
kemarin nih
Thanos,
pas pakai
they're
Arlot
liable
nih.
to just getting completely bursted down with the AoE. Now taking
Gila,
a look at some of the
critical-nya udah
items,
1900,
Annabelle battle completed for
900 tuh
Annabelle.
si
So more burst damage. And with the Thunderbolt,
Beatrix-nya.
Radiant Armor, and a Dreadnought for Psychots, he can just stay in the front, no problem at all. But with that Sea Halberd available for Sutsujin, maybe that tankiness can be...
Skiller terakhir aja kali ya. Maksudnya
Is
cok.
natco on the way to Has Claws, by the way?
I think he is.
Vampire Mallet?
Oke, nggak anjir.
Wind of nature, but that would not make
Nice,
that much
nice, nice.
sense
Jangan
in
anjir.
this magic
Nice.
comp. Yeah. I think it might be just the Haas claws.
Uh-oh.
Jekin cuy, itu hancur tar.
Technically,
But oh,
what?
okay. Heptases and then rose gold then maybe.
He wants that extra burst damage, definitely. Look at that snipe coming through. The sniper elite.
Nice,
It
aman
doesn't
masih
land
aman.
though. RRQ has defended from the waves, but this is just the beginning of their problems. 8,000.
Toel sekali dua kali ya, anjir
Wishing
situ
Lantern
masih
on the
enak ya.
Paramis. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one in a while.
Yeah, me neither. It's
There
a 9,000
were
gold lead though.
changes to the Wishing Lantern though, right?
Yep. It doesn't give you as much mana any longer, but it still does a ton of damage. Max HP damage, 10% if I'm not mistaken, when you apply about 800 damage. So for evos, especially in this position with Clocken, having the
9.000
time and
beda
space
duit,
just
mana
stay in
13,
back
cok.
and
Bisa
spam
gitu.
the Ghost Bursters, it's gonna be a nice addition to the damage output overall from the team.
By the way, Mirko, you mentioned about Skylar and Alice.
Yeah, season 7 he was hated because he couldn't play the Alice that well.
So if they lose this,
Maybe don't play Alice.
Aduh.
Yeah, you know, it's a tough one to pull off. I think
Waduh.
RQ made a lot of mistakes in the
Nge-freeze
early
gini,
game
Cok.
here, and Skylar mainly, I think,
Kenapa iseng
was way
nge-freeze
too
gitu?
aggressive on the Alice early on.
I think so too. And the team overall were also very aggressive
Nice,
in
dapat.
roping
Double buff,
Skylar
udah.
into those
Sutsujin.
fights. Sutsujin now is level 15 by all means, but everyone else is just really, really far behind. So with a 9,000 gold lead, 14 minutes, now there's a bit of a weird shift because
Aduh,
at this
nggak suka
point,
nih,
especially
Cok.
the leading carries, they're gonna be running out their builds
Temponya
for
slow
inventory
banget,
slot.
anjir.
And once it happens, now they have the urgency to try and end the game, even though technically with the item swaps, that could still be a massive resource that evos could use.
Oh, waduh, dimajuin gila.
The flicker. Oh my goodness, Tyrant just got eliminated. Now in the mid lane, it's Sutsujin versus
Waduh.
And yes, Sutsujin just disappeared too. Two members of RQ gone, just like that.
This is a disaster for
Rick mau
RRQ.
nganjurin apa sih?
They were hoping to go for a clean sweep against the White Tigers.
Kampret emang.
And like you mentioned, Arashi, before, an animal that is wounded is a dangerous beast. And this is
Kenapa
exactly
kayak
what we're
TI
seeing
dia?
from evos. They pick up the Lord, they pick
Yang
up the 2
liquid bawa
kills, and that
itu
inhibitor turret falls
kayak
in the
enak
top
banget gitu,
side
anjir.
without
Bawa
anything.
Alice.
Without any intervention from the side of evos.
Belum terbiasa kan ya RRG, Cok.
12,000
Baru coba-coba.
lead. evos, the team in last place, is actually putting on the pressure against RRQ. Jobs
Yang
well
guys, kalau
done,
2-0 21
A while
juta
back,
guys.
RRQ were known as the comeback kings.
21
And me
cuma dapat
personally,
14
I never
anjir.
felt like that nickname has really left. You know, you always have that belief that something can happen. But now, especially when they're in first place, it's more real than ever.
Linknya beda duit 5.000.
Holy Crystal completed for Skylar.
Full item dia.
He's
Even
gonna need
baru
a lot
3
more than
item.
just that to really be able to match.
Levelnya sama,
Evos
itemnya
are willing
beda
to give him
jauh.
that time as the Lord comes into their base.
Let's say natco already sieging in the bottom lane. Won't be able to get the turret though, I think. The minute was cleared out. RQ actually doing a good job at clearing up these waves. But there is going to be another wave coming down. RQ Hoshi dealing with the Lord already with Skylar on the Alice. He got some really good clear on the
Harus
Alice.
jalan dulu sih, jangan mereka yang jalan dulu. Terlalu kalah gitu.
Flicker
kan?
forward and Rins getting his passive broken, flickering out to safety. Annabelle with a jump over to Rins, but now with the top of the play should be able to find a kill. Gets in, gets out. Another round coming
Kenapa
down.
nggak mau loncat dulu, Dok ya?
To the back, Annabelle again showing his prowess on this lane as natco gets the unstoppable.
Selalu kalah kalau evosnya yang inisiasi duluan, Cok.
But somehow RRQ are still able to defend. 13,000 gold lead though. There's still a mini wave in the mid lane. That is all 3 base turrets taken down. Cyclops with a flicker, Earth Shatter, and an onward out to Sutsujin.
Alah, dah, ente.
Should maybe go for the end. Now it's Skylar against the world. Everybody against them. Still able to sustain. Skylar with it going forward and the winner crowd. But it's all too late. Evo sorry can just go straight.
Oh iya, ente.
The